breaking up from the half-time huddle. Tom and Jordan, really entertaining first half footy, has to be said. At the moment, just a couple of points separating the sides. In fact, it's the 10 points, if my maths correct, 56 plays 46, but not much is separated. And just that first 5 minutes in particular, MacLeod took the jump, kicked the 2 goals, and that's been the only difference in the game so far.
Yeah, look, after that, in that second term, it was a very even ball game. Most of the quarter went goal for goal. You know, I'd argue that both teams had probably the same amount of shots at goal in that quarter alone. So, look, it was a fantastic game. It's very high, it's a high-octane, fast-paced, free-flowing game. That's been the one good thing as well. We sometimes see games with lots of stoppages and very slow, but this one is quite the opposite. We've seen fast-flowing footy. The outside runners of both teams have been very good. And when they go inside 50 as well, it hasn't always been the key forward. It's sometimes been those sort of smallish forwards, the half-forward type players who have been dangerous around goal. But we're already here for the start of the second half. It is MacLeod leading by 10 points, and Tom Flanagan take us away.
And so the ball is in a fair bit of congestion towards the middle of the ground. In hot pursuit of it is Dobby. Gets a little handball in the direction of Close, who picks the ball in the middle of the ground. He's slung as he takes the kick. Ball moves to half forward. Few players in pursuit of this ball. West Preston have the numbers, and they've got a free kick. It's going to be the man in... I can't quite see who that is.
Gleeson there.
Gleeson, who's got it, and he chips in short. Almost finds his teammate trying to take the diving mark. Offhand, picky up on the...
Have a look at this. I reckon that's through.
Snap! A beautiful kick from Ramekers, and that one straight through the middle, reminiscent of Nick Malcheski's great slap in the goal. Absolutely sensational from the other side. We'll go with Gunston's from last week. Looked like that from the boundary. Sensational goal.
Here are some salts and there are the wounds. But doesn't that just bring it back to a very, very good ball game here? There's only, I believe we've got 4 points in it now. It is 8-4-52, West Preston-Lakeside trailing MacLeod 8-8-56. Very early stages of this quarter.
And Ramekers was one of those players who we were saying was lifting in the second quarter for West Preston. They need more players to step up, like himself. Another good start in the second half for him.
So we are just waiting on a replacement fall here. There's a bit of water tank work going on down one end of the ground here at MacLeod this year, so it does take a bit of a while to get the ball back. Quite reminiscent of how Sydney's SCG is going, and if we take it back 6 or 7 years, even 8 years, around the time of the Commonwealth Games when the MCG was being redeveloped. So here we are back in the centre. It is going to be Jurgens and Long for MacLeod. Long wins it to Core. Kick smothered there by a West Preston player. On the bottom of the pack there was Gleeson. He's going to get wrapped up, and the umpire will throw it up right again there. Jordan, what key matchups can you see here?
Right in front of me here we got Woodens versus Stevens, which is probably 2 of the sort of underrated players from both sides. Woodens played very well across half back there, and Stevens took some pretty good defensive marks in that first half, so probably an underrated matchup there. Obviously Long and Jurgens in the ruck at the moment. Jurgens wins that one down double-handed. Sayers, the big man, getting inside the stoppages, but his kick was just dribbling towards the boundary line and a throw in front of commentary position.
MacLeod have been the stronger team for the whole day, but you feel with that last goal from West Preston, if they can get the next one, they can sort of ride that momentum and keep it moving their way.
It looks like the Roosters have got Simon Close tagging Adams right in front of this stoppage here front and centre, so Close is going to have to do, well, just what his name says, mark Adams up pretty closely, and here is Adams. Close just tackles him down as well, gets the ball back, and West Preston are away here. Beatty with the advantage goes inside the forward 50 here on the lead, just in front of the player on the lead there, not able to take it there, and MacLeod are away through Scooter White on the outer side. He kicks up a little chip to Doherty there. He couldn't take it, overran the ball. Beatty gets it back. Campbell out to Barker. Barker now, he's caught in the tackle as well, and that's got to be gone. And that is a free kick to MacLeod.
And you take that to the top level of our game, and the free kick would have gone West Preston's way for a push in the back, but it's great to see that a player like that is getting rewarded, and it's not going the way that it has been at high level.
There's Premier kicks into the centre of the ground, but his kick was intercepted by Stevens, who finds McKenna sitting at centre half forward. He just goes back on his mark, looking for options inside the forward 50. There's a lead on in the pocket if he wants it, but it was cut off. Instead he goes for a kick deep inside the forward 50, out the back. A good spoil there from the MacLeod defender. just trying to get a read on who that was, but that was a good spot at the back. Might have been Leggett.
What you were saying there, Lee, I reckon that's one of the great joys of local footy, because it's so forensically analysed at the top level, every little contest and every little decision. So it's great to see benefit of the doubt going towards the guy who's really making the effort to put pressure on the ball carrier.
The ball thrown back in here inside West Preston Lakeside's forward 50, and the ball has gone to ground, and we'll get another stoppage here. Throw up this time. Lots of players around the pack here inside the forward 50, just sort of more towards the half-forward flank area. Hinkle out the back, tries to get it from McLeod. The ball is tapped towards the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in. So, a quick succession of stoppages on the forward flank.
And I think the rains are coming in. Umbrellas, raincoats, and people are just getting a bit closer to our viewing position here. So
might actually be a free kick instead. Heaney's kicked it to the man of the mark, and McLeod are away here along the wing. Tom Flanagan.
Ball moved out for McLeod by Sayers, and then a high kick up to half forward, almost a mark taken by Power, but I think it hasn't been paid to the West Preston player who took the mark. I couldn't quite see who was at the bottom of the pack. It was wrapped up straight away. Not enough prior opportunity to get rid of it. That was the man in Nannery who we thought took that mark, but was not paid. Now the ball at ground level again. Core slammed in the ground. Big tackle laid there by a West Preston player, and there'll be a bounce right in front of our commentary box.
He definitely held on to it long enough, and I think he even thought he took it. So here it is, just down to the right of the commentary position there. The man we speak of, Nannery, just shoves Sayers out the way, gives a tap. Going back there was Leggett. It's Dufusy who creates the spoil down to Machevsky. Gets a hand off there to the number 16, Perfetto, who we've just got a correction on that. Not sure if you guys went across that. Apologies if we did, but it's wrapped up there at centre half forward for West Preston. And it's really game on now, guys.
Yeah, there were a few late changes at the start of the game. We spoke of John Andrew from McLeod, but also Xavier Clark out for West Preston Lakeside as well, which is obviously a big blow as the ball is thrown up at centre half forward. No one contested that right contest for West Preston Lakeside, but the ball is wrapped up once again, and we'll have another stoppage. But obviously the Xavier Clark exclusion, maybe because of injury. We know he's always hampered by injury as Dobby comes away with it here. Snap out of the pack very quickly, going goal bound. Bounces just before the line. No one's got a hand to it yet. West Preston players in there being hampered by the McLeod defenders.
Great tackle.
The ball is wrapped up, and we'll have another stoppage deep in the forward 50 here for West Preston Lakeside. And plenty of McLeod players surrounding this ball. We know they get plenty of defenders back. Hopefully they can, for their sake, stop the West Preston flow on here because they got the momentum.
Now deep in the forward half, and that one down by Jurgens. Chance here for a goal for West Preston, but the McLeod defence is resolute.
Again,
and that is Justin White with a penetrating left foot kick out to the wing. He's going to find his target Doherty, but just nudged under the ball nicely by Steve Shaw, and he chips it into the middle of the ground here for West Preston, and they've got an opportunity to goal here. Runs to 50. The kick is not going to get the distance. It was a long ball from Ramekers down towards the goal square, but again, Joel Kidd gives it over to White, who's been absolutely fantastic there in the back half, and he moves it across to his teammate there in Leggett. His chip kick almost finds the mark from his teammate further afield in Doherty, but West Preston have got the numbers, and they'll re-enter the forward 50 with a high ball. Great mark taken there back. Sensational mark in the defensive half there by Leggett, and he releases to his teammates, and Justin White's running.
Justin White has to corral his opponent, gets a handball back in board, and a chip up at centre half back finds Vespremi just in front of Dobby there. Chips it further out wide and finds Kahalkor at right half back, who goes further up the wing, just bounces in front of Long and handballs off to Vespremi. Has to be quick here. Umpire says, did he give holding the ball? No, it wasn't. West Preston get the ball back here. Kick up from Delbassis into the forward pocket. Big crunch there from, looks like Nan Curvis put the bump on, and the ball's gone out of bounds for a throw-in forward pocket.
And we'll just say, on half-time, Oliver Duffusy's folks have called in, and remind us that it's not Defici, it is actually Oliver Dufusy, so we'll be calling that for the rest of the day.
It is. Now one thing, I honestly thought that was holding the ball there. I think the umpire may have just been out of position, because usually when you get tackled and you bounce, that's against you.
Ball out the back here from the throw-in. White has to work hard. Was he? Did he give away the high tackle there? Umpire says no. The ball is wrapped up nevertheless, and we'll have a ball up right in the heart of the forward line here for West Preston. So West Preston really would want to go out of this. It's been in their forward half for the start of this third quarter. Ball coming in now. Vespremi barging his way through. Stevens has to wrap up his opponent in a tackle. Vespremi getting involved as well. The ball just stays alive. It's just kept in there, but it just bounces out now. So we'll have a throw in on the centre wing.
This would be the longest period I think we've gone without any scoring from either team. So it's really, at the moment, it's a battle between the arcs.
It's very intriguing though. Despite no score, the battle has been intense. Plenty of fierce tackling from both teams. And as Jordan was just saying, the ball's been locked in West Preston's forward half for the majority of this quarter. They want to get some reward for effort because they were behind in the first half and would really like to get a bit of this momentum.
Good mark.
And they've got a chance here. They can set up from half-back. This is Beatty, and he switches across the ground, and it wasn't a bad kick. It found his man in Fahua, who takes on his man, and he goes with a right foot kick into the middle of the ground. It's not going to land on the chest of anyone, but Simon Close has got a bit of space to run and kick long from 50 metres out, and it's just faded to the left. That would have been an inspirational goal from Simon Close. He's already got one, and now he's got one behind to add to his one goal.
I like that matchup there for Hua and Considine. That's both can be very lair-raising players, but a lot of finesse and pace about him. That's going to be a good one to keep our eyes on. It's Henkel bringing the ball back in. He was looking for Shaw, but mopping up at the back there was Alex Gleeson for West Preston. Coming through was Nankervis for MacLeod as Gleeson didn't hit his target. Adams there looks like he'll see the ball over the boundary line, and it is a 3-point ball game here. It's just going to get really exciting later on. I can feel it.
It's just getting a bit slippery as well. We had a bit of rain during the half-time break, so maybe that's the reason why the ball is just getting locked up a bit more than the first half. The ball maybe a bit slippery at the moment, but a 3-point ball game at the start of this second half. It is 8-56 MacLeod, West Preston 8-5-53. Again, we've got a few stoppages on the outer side in this round 13 clash Division 1. Throw in now, and Sayers to do the ruck work. Shaw's third man up, gets it off to White. White couldn't take it though. The Roosters get it back in the middle of the ground. Plenty of dash here though. Considine almost had it there for MacLeod, but the Roosters get it back through Fahua. A little handle at the back and a dinky kick up to centre half forward. Just not being able to take it there. And a free kick has been given to West Preston Lakeside, so they're going to have it and play on quickly here. Moving out to the near side here, out to our commentary position. Stevens gets on the boot, puts a little kick over the top.
Well
done. In there. It looks like Long. That was well done. And MacLeod are going to run out of defence here. Long handballs out wide to Best Premier. Back in board. Intercepted there. West Preston now getting lots of players around the ball, forcing the errors from MacLeod. Stevens has to go back to go forward. Close takes it on the wing. And he's just going to slow the play down here. Finds a man making a lead into the pocket just a bit too far in front of the man there in Perfetto, and the ball goes out for a throw-in in the pocket again for West Preston.
So just go quickly around the grounds in Division 1. 5-8-38 Eltham, Northcote Park 8-7-55, Lower Plenty 6-6-42, Greensborough 8-11-59, Heidelberg 2-9-21, trailing Montmorency 6-7-43, and Bundoora 8-8-56, 3-6-24, Epping.
Ramick has paddled that one out of bounds. We'll have another boundary throw in right in front of the coach's box.
And in Division 2 it is 1-6-12 Layla, Fitzroy Stars 14-7-91, South Marine 5-5-35, Munda 16-6-102, North Heidelberg 13-5-83, Diamond Creek 3-8-26, and Whittlesea 7-6-48, Hurstbridge 5-6-36. Back here, take us through it, Tom.
And ball now moving up towards half forward from MacLeod. It's spoiled nicely there by Stevens. He's looking for a teammate in the middle of the ground, but he slipped over Gleeson. But still another teammate there is Bell Barsis to get the handball over the top. Now Crowley's got it. He moves it in the middle. High ball. Chance for the high-flying markers. No one could take it. Ball brought to ground. And there's a free kick. The umpire's blown his whistle. It's going to be a MacLeod free kick at centre half back. And they have an opportunity to set up here in their defensive half.
So a kick further out wide. Just quickly on those around the ground scores. Good to see Laylaw finally on the board with his first goal as well. As West Preston now have it on the outer side. A little kick inside the forward 50. Hits the ground. Machevsky's in there as well. Plenty of players on hands and knees. Woodham's getting down and dirty as well. Kidd. Shaw handball back to Brandt. Shaw gets it back out to Doherty, who takes a safe mark at centre half back here. He goes back in board and finds a man there. Now MacLeod are off. Now a kick up to the forward flank here. Considine has to beat Fahua, and he does that. A good mark taken at right half forward.
Hard running into space.
He can wheel around here. Considine has to corral his opponent. Considine goes a little chip kick into his fellow long-haired teammate there in Doherty. Handball off to Considine again. Considine left foot kick this time on his wrong side. Goes up to the hot spot there. No one can take the mark. Ball off hands. Dobby's going to run it out of defence here for West Preston Lakeside, and they're away on the outer side.
And Duffy takes the mark. I don't want to get his name wrong again. There's Dobby in the middle, who who he gave the handball to. Long
They're on
ball
here.
from Dobby into the goal square. It might run on. No, the bounce was unlucky for him. MacLeod, you feel, have the numbers at the bottom of this contest, but there's a West Preston player scouting. The handball comes out. The umpire's blow the whistle. No prior opportunity. There's going to be a bounce about 20 metres out from goal.
That was well done from Kidd, just to lock it up there in defence. The ball was going goal bound, and he just trapped it underneath his body to force a stoppage. And the ball is thrown up here in at fullback for MacLeod. Story getting a hand onto it. It trickles towards the boundary line. And Story gets it and goes with a switch across the shore.
Marvellous.
Who marks in the back pocket here, and he just slows the play down.
So not too many to go. He has to wait for the numbers to get forward. He finds Painter in the back pocket there. Switching play now. It's Adams. Takes a bounce. Doesn't sit up for him. Stevens applies some good pressure there for West Preston. Goes back to Kidd. Coming through there with a little don't argue was Perfetto. And the handball just got out. It's White throwing himself on the bottom of the pack there. And at centre half back, the umpire is going to take it and throw it up. No goals for quite a while. We'd like to see some bit of excitement here. One of the teams is really going to take this game by the scruff of the neck, Tommy Flanagan.
Yes, and it's a 3-point ball game. Very tight at the moment, midway through the third quarter. Jurgens won that down. MacLeod have the numbers, though, at half back. High kick in the direction of a couple of MacLeod players, and they're able to work it through to half forward. That kick was no good, though. Nannery coming off half back there for West Preston. A nice little ball into the middle, and they're moving the ball nice and quickly. Here's Beatty with the footy. He kicks a really high ball. It's one for the high flyers. Heaney going after it, but good mark there by Chris Long. He's been fantastic all day. He takes another big mark at half back.
So Long has it here in defence. And you can just tell the West Preston Lakeside players, as Long kick is smothered, come back to play here. Long has to handball out to Kidd, who handballs off to the run of a teammate there. That's Martin. He's caught up in the tackle here. What's the umpire going to say? He says play on. Plenty of players coming in here. Ball not trapped in enough to call for a stoppage, but it is now, and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward. But you can really tell from that half-time break, the West Preston Lakeside players have just come out and they've gone up a notch. They've been much tougher at the ball, and most of this half has been played, most of this quarter has been played inside the West Preston Lakeside forward 50. So another stoppage here. Free kick has been given. Tommy Flanagan, take it away.
Cahal called, gave it off to, it was Kidd, and he kicked it out to the wing, and now swinging around onto the right foot there is a MacLeod player going inside forward 50. He was looking for Justin White and Brett Wilding, but couldn't quite, and now breaking off half back, West Preston, they move the footy nicely, and through the middle of the ground, ball goes to Heaney. It was a half volley. It was difficult for him to control. A couple of players around the footy at the moment. One of them is the man in Crowley, but he couldn't affect the contest in Story. He's been fantastic since quarter time, and he breaks away with that long left foot kick. It was a stabbing ball that went into half forward looking for Considine. Couldn't quite get him. Now for Hull affects the turnover after a poor handball from a MacLeod player. He gave it off to Dobby, got it back for Hull. Now right foot kick, gets it up to half forward. Dufficy, he's edged under the ball nicely by Kidd. He did very well there, the small defender for MacLeod, and he's going to get it back here with the 1-2. No, the handball was poor by his teammate. Couldn't get it back to him, and a good effort by Dufficy to get back on the footy. Now Chris Long, the ruckman, working hard, gets it to Shaw. Ball bobbling around there at half back here. Working really hard is a couple of West Preston players. Dufficy again, but it's going to be picked up there by Painter. He's tackled straight away. Dobby picks it up. I don't know if he had prior there, but we'll give the umpire the benefit of the doubt. And that ball moved into the centre of the ground, almost the mark taken by the West Preston player, but belted away into the path of Story. And Story's got a little bit of time and space, has to pick it up pretty quickly, but for Hoare, he just worried him out of it and was able to take the mark and move it to half forward. Now West Preston moving inside. Little dribbly ball. It only went straight to Cahal Core, but roving off the pack. Nice work there by a West Preston player to get a little handball out, but it's not going to work out in the end. The MacLeod defence has been fantastic over the last 2 minutes with plenty of forward entries from the West Preston players, but the MacLeod back six is held up and it's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Wasn't that a great passage of play there?
It's fantastic. Well called as well, Tommy Flanagan. The rain is coming down, so it's plenty of slippery footy out there, so there is a lot of disposal errors and handling errors, so the ball is just getting a bit greasy now as we move further into the third term. It is still MacLeod leading this one by 3 points here in the third quarter. Ball is thrown in out the back. Dobby now has a shot at goal. It's just hooked out to the left. Could have been the first goal for West Preston Lakeside in this third term, for the quarter actually. but it just looked out to the left, one behind. The scores now read 8-8-56 MacLeod to West Preston Lakeside, 8-6-54. And, no goals in this third term, but it's been very close regardless. And Scooter White's going to have it out of defence. Goes to the left foot kick, straight up the guts. And finds Kane Shaw in the centre of the ground. Finds now Doherty out wide, has to pick it up on the half volley. Goes with the left foot up to centre half forward. And Considine takes a good mark in the forward line. And he's going to go back and well, he's not going to have a shot at goal. Looks like he wants to play on here. He's a bit too far out.
Power wants it deep. He's leading out to the left forward pocket. Power. He's not going to go there.
Wobbly kick. Goes up to the hot spot. Core couldn't take the mark. Ball comes out the back. West Preston here can rebound out of defence. Trying to run onto this one is Dobby, but it's just punched over the boundary line. So a throw in the forward pocket for MacLeod. Really their first forward 50 entry for the quarter. The first major forward 50 entry for the quarter. And maybe a chance for them to get on the score sheet now.
Just hesitated a bit there, Considine. He really just had to move the ball forward, and I think that's one thing that they haven't done this quarter is take those risks and rock on a bit. So the ball comes back in here. It is Doherty doing the ruck work for MacLeod. Considine pulls it out the pack. That is just going to dribble over the boundary line to the other pocket.
Well, they didn't have to work as hard in the first quarter because West Preston were offering that space in the forward half to move in, and they've been much better at closing down that space since quarter time, and I think that's been a big reason why they've been able to get back in the contest. So
you go, Jordan. It certainly has.
A throw in here in the forward pocket. I think we are trying to retrieve the ball as one of the patrons on the other side of the fence returns it back to the boundary umpire. A lot of players moving inside the forward 50 here for MacLeod. Only several players in the midfield and one player in the other forward 50. Ball is thrown back in, getting a tap down. A lot of players around this one, and West Preston very good clearance up into the centre square. There's only one man back there, that's a MacLeod player. And another one, he finds it out in the wing there, Yarwood. He takes it right half forward. A good shepherd laid there from Considine. Yarwood kept on running, goes inside the forward 50 with a kick out the back. Mark not taken, ball on the ground. White has a snapper goal. Hang on. I think a free kick has been paid, so that goal's not going to count. And a 50-metre penalty as well, and it's going West Preston's way, so they're going to have it now in the centre of the ground. And, a bit of an anticlimax there to that movement from MacLeod. Almost a goal, but a free kick given away.
So it must have gone against Wilding there. We're not sure. It might have been just a shepherd and possibly a bit of chat to the umpire. But McKenna's won the free kick. He's gone out to the far wing there and found his teammate in Stevie Shaw. Chips over the top there. He's got Ramakas. Got a bit of time and space. Looking on the lead there for McInerney. But Sayers first to the ball. Off to Nankervis. Assessing his options. Handballs back there to Leggett. Switches play. Over there looking for Adams. Looks like it might run out over the boundary line. A lot of pressure from West Preston. Just goes out of sight and vision, but a ball has been kicked here right in front of the commentary position. It's Considine. He's got two West Preston players to beat there, and he was well beaten there by the number 35, who, boys, I think I've missed that one too, unless I've read his number wrong, but great second and third effort there as West Preston cleared the ball and have found Stevens.
Stevens through the middle of the ground. Opportunity here for West Preston. They can hit a target over the head of Haney. MacLeod will clear again. Here's Kidd. He's got on the back flank. He moves it close to the boundary line, but a good mark taken there by Yarwood in front of his direct opponent. And he chips it back in the middle. Danger. And the mark dropped as well. There's Premi's going to have to do well here to recover, and he does. And chips it back out to Yarwood, and he can go again.
You've got to tell him to move out of this spot, guys. It's not doing us any justice there. We can't see.
Take two, and he gets it back to Vez Premi, who now runs through the middle of the ground, gets a good shepherd from a teammate, Nankervis. Still going Vez Premi, 2 or 3 running bounces, gets it up to half forward. Almost a mark, but it's going to be a free kick. He went a little bit early there, Scooter, and it's going to be a West Preston free kick in the back pocket.
So West Preston now with it, and Gleeson goes with a little chipping kick up to the back flank and finds a man out there. I think that's Gannon. He goes with another chip again into Golbassis, defensive side of the centre square. He goes with a little kick out wide as well. So West Preston moving out through little chip kicks along the wing. McKenna goes with a kick inside the 450. Duffy couldn't take it. It's ball back out to the flank. Barker, well done, gets it back to McKenna. Has to round his opponent. Back to Belbassis. Belbassis a kick on the run. Goes inside the 450 here, out the back. A good mark. It wasn't a hang-up, but it was a strong chest mark in the goal square.
That is a big mark, and I don't think there's going to be long left in this quarter. This is going to put West Preston in front for the first time since the early stages of the first quarter.
It is the number 31 there for West Preston Lakeside in McInerney, who's gets back, goes back, takes a shot at goal, and he's kicked it. And West Preston Lakeside are now 4 points in front with not long left in the third term. And that's going to be a great lead heading into three-quarter time.
He's got 2 McInerney, and he's been beaten on a couple of occasions, but whenever he's had the sit, he's gone up and put the Dukes up and been able to take a couple of good marks. He's kicked 2 goals.
He's been a lot more effective than MacLeod's Powell. Now I think Powell's just there are a couple of contests just previously, and Powell's actually just come off. I think he's getting a bit frustrated. He was looking a bit disinterested in a few of the contests. It just may not be his day. Back in the centre here it is Long and Jurgens. Jurgens wins it down there. First of a few today for him. West Preston are going to clear it now. It looks like Stevens goes in back in board there to Jurgens. He gives the handball off there to Balbassis. Handball, he's kicked it out wide, looking for McInerney, is it? No, couldn't mark it. Coming through there was Doherty for MacLeod of the Shane variety. And the umpire says, give it to me. They'll throw it up just outside the centre square, right on the half-forward flank there for West Preston.
So between the centre square and the forward 50 for West Preston Lakeside, Painter gets it off to White. White, a sweeping handball out to Story. Has to corral his opponent in Romakers, and he does that as well. Story kept on running. A left foot kick inside the forward 50 here. A contest on the end. A mark not taken out the back and clearing out of defence there. Dobby, he's done that all day for West Preston. A kick out to the wing. Stevens has to track this one down. It bounces up for him. A handball over the top here. West Preston on the run. A handball in. Oh, was that high? Umpire says play on. A handball out the back there, and MacLeod are away through Painter. He kicks out wide and finds a teammate out there in Sayers, who drops the mark the first time but gets it back. Handball's inboard again to Yarwood. Yarwood puts on the afterburn. Handball's out to Brandt. Brandt now goes to the right foot back inside the forward 50 here. Another opportunity for MacLeod. It goes past Wildling. It goes past...
don't tell me.
It's kept in. And no, has it gone out? Has it gone out?
Oh,
I think it has. The umpires are calling it back.
no sense of theatre, the boundary umpire.
Gee, that was very well done. But
a good call, I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm sure it was out.
Yeah, that was Martin.
He was in the best position.
Martin just kept it in, but obviously not. But yeah, throw in now on the forward flank here for MacLeod. Again, going inside the forward 50 here. Plenty of plays for MacLeod. A punch out there, and a big tackle away from Cahalcor. Handballing out there, West Preston Lakeside, and running up along the wing. All MacLeod players out on this near side. Kane Shaw takes the mark, and he goes to a wobbly left foot kick back into the centre of the ground.
Yeah, he's
almost
on.
Spoiled. Story now running through the centre. A left foot shot at goal.
Mate.
It's long. It's long. It's inaccurate.
Geez, you can just... You can feel for these MacLeod boys. They nearly had one there. Story.
It's been fantastic story, and I believe the three-quarter time siren has gone, has it? Or have we lost the ball? Because a lot of players have stopped now. I think we've just lost the footy here, so wait for it to come back.
That's actually their first score of the quarter for MacLeod. Hello.
It is too.
What?
Now what's going on here?
Don't tell me it's a goal.
Goal's been scored.
It has.
Martin. Patrick Martin, we're just getting some mail on, and we... I've got no idea what actually happened there.
I have no idea what's happening.
He got a free kick, Paddy Martin. He got a free kick off the ball there, so he was able to put through a goal. We didn't see that.
No, so we completely missed that, did we?
I think all three of us missed that one, so that's a goal to Paddy Martin.
So Paddy Martin scores a goal from the goal square, one that we completely missed.
Back to Little League for us next week, guys.
Yeah, I think so. It is 63 playing 60 here. MacLeod with the lead here, 9-9-63, 9-6-60. Not long left before three-quarter time, and Paddy Martin put through his first goal for the day. And it is a 3-point margin again, a very close game right throughout the day today.
Have a look at Close. He's moved in now to White, who's gone into the centre.
Yeah, that's a good matchup there. White trying to get hands on the ball then. MacLeod almost getting it out of the centre. It's still in the centre square here. Moved up towards their centre half forward position. Umpire says three-quarter time has gone. And at three-quarter time, the scores are MacLeod 9-9-63, West Preston Lakeside 9-6-60. And Tommy, I can only repeat what you've just said, mate. What a game. This has been fantastic. The first three quarters a very tight battle, 3 points at the moment.
And the Roosters' revival, it's all been about taking your opportunities, closing space. They've been really hard working on their defensive efforts since quarter time, and that's the reason they've been able to pick back this lead. And they were in front for a little while there until that late goal to Paddy Martin, but a 3-point ball game, and what a last quarter we're set for here.
It's going to be a firecracker.
Very quickly, Tommy Flanagan, run us through the goal scorers for the day.
Multiple goal scorers for McLeod. Chris Long with 2, and then singles to Shaw, Doherty, Anthony Doherty, Patrick Martin, Reid Brandt, Matty Cow, Lockie Considine, and Hamish Painter. And for the Roosters, 2 to McInerney, 2 to Duffy, 2 to Gleeson, 1 to Crowley, 1 to Ramekers, and 1 to Simon Close.
And Lee Moulton, we haven't done this for a while. Take us
No, we haven't. It's been very exciting. So, Division 3 starting off 14-11-95. Panton Hill leading Thomastown 7-6-48. Reservoir.
Hartlepool have been fantastic for most of the day. They've won their one-on-one battles pretty much the whole day round.
Martin's been used as a bit of a swingman there. We've seen him at both ends of the ground and can kick a goal, but at the moment it looks like he's gone back, and from what I can see, McLeod are just going with a 5-man forward line, and that's ended up pushing Story, I think, back there. He's just lining up halfway between the wing and half forward. Tommy Flanagan kick us off for this final term.
Rucks go at it. Final term starts. That one down by Jurgens. Charging through was White. Couldn't get a hand on it. Left foot scrubby kick by Close. Got to half forward. But Hugh McLeod players pick up, and that was a beautiful piece of play by Story. He might get it again here. The ball was just tapped and he overran it. Now a chance here for West Preston. Going inside 50 is Stevens with a long penetrating ball.
No. Don't tell me.
What a kick from Stevens to start off the last quarter. Sensational long ball from 50 metres out, and Trav Stevens, he puts them back in front. West Preston.
What a great goal. Kick on the fly, was outside 50 and just hammered it home on about a 45-degree angle. That was a fantastic goal to start off this last quarter. Travis Stevens gets his first goal of the day, and West Preston Lakeside now move up into a 3-point lead. It is 10-6-66 West Preston to McLeod 9-9-63. Ball back in the centre of the ground here. It is Long, and looks like Jurgens to do the ruck work here. It eludes both of them from the throw up, but again, a lot of players running in here, a lot of McLeod players, a lot of Roosters players converging in on this one. Dobby's in there, wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll have a secondary ball up here in the centre of the ground.
Now, I'm sure the coaches of both groups would have stressed at three-quarter time that if you go down today, it's going to be a lot harder to sneak that 5th spot, and both these sides fighting for it. It's so important to hold on today and get the win for both sides.
Ball thrown up again, coming at it hard was a West Preston player. Shaw was diving in as well, Machevsky gets a handball out, and McLeod get it back. Now West Preston get it back. Stevens ducks the head, wrapped up in a 2-man tackle, and we'll have another stoppage here on closer to the wing.
And by the level of intensity that we've seen here in the first 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure that all players on the ground are aware of that fact.
It is. It's a big game today. You could say it's a sort of mid-season grand final for both teams as we see the ball travelling out towards the McLeod coaches' box there. It is Adams for McLeod and Ramekers for West Preston there. Ball comes out and throwing the ball against Painter. It's gone to Dobby. He's had a fair bit of it today, and that is a bit of a grubby kick, but 50 metre
penalty. Yeah, I think he kicked it, and the kick was smothered by a man standing closer than the mark. So I was like overrunning the mark and smothering the kick, the free kick at the same time. So West Preston now go back inside the 40. He kick into the pocket, just kept in, just taking the mark there in the pocket. It looks like Buffetto, and he's going to have a shot at goal on a very tight angle, hard up along the boundary line.
This is not an easy spot to kick a goal from.
It is not.
If he's got to be in the right or an easy spot for it, or a good position, I should say, is right in front of all his supporters there and the coach's box. So
it's Duffy with the footy. He's got 2 goals, 1 and 1 out in the full so far today. Could he pull out a miracle from the boundary? It's not a bad kick. It's swinging back. It's a goal. He's kicked it. It's just drifted over the right-hand goalpost for one behind. I thought it was home.
I swear that swung back.
I thought it was home. The goal umpire said no. So that's just one behind, and a little let-off there for McLeod. Almost a miraculous goal.
Ankle goes with a kick outside 50. Sorry, Lee.
You're all right, mate.
A kick out to the flank there. Martin couldn't take the mark. Coming in. A free kick has been given, though, and it is going the Roosters' way. So West Preston have it now on the outer side. A little kick up from Gannon. Finds his man there in Crowley. Crowley just slows it down. Handballs inboard to Ramekers. Ramekers has to be quick. Down, just gets the kick away. Going in.
There it is.
A great defensive mark there. Just stuck out one hand and took the mark. Kick was a bit wobbly though to Kahal Kaur. And they're away here, though, through, looks like Woodhams. Hands the handball back. Sorry, this is Woodhams now. He goes to the kick up to the half-forward flank. Finds Considine, has to tap it to his own advantage. Doesn't get it on the bounce up. Almost goes to it again the second time. Fahua diving in as well. McKenna's around there. Considine dives back in.
The intensity's really going up here in the first 5 minutes of this last quarter. And everyone's body's just crashing in from everywhere at every contest.
And everyone's come out as well. Looks like the crowd has just gotten bigger tenfold in this last quarter here. A throw up on the forward flank here. Brandt takes it from the clearance, goes up towards the half-forward flank, finds Considine. He wheels around on the right, sends the kick up to Long, and he takes the mark at centre half-forward. He's a bit far out to score. Handball's off to Martin. Martin goes to the kick inside the forward 50. Plenty of players underneath. Out the back.
Boom, boom, pow!
And MacLeod have got a goal.
Have a look at him. He really enjoyed that, Matty Pow. He sat off the back of the pack and it just fell into his arms. But, Jordan, one thing I was going to say, I thought you'd nearly put the moz on Chris Long with Ruffman can kick. There was a couple of instances in that third quarter, but have a look at that one. He made the better decision and gave it off to those who maybe a bit better of disposal there to see Matty Powell's second for the day.
So we've got a 1-point ball game. What a cracking finish we're set for here down at the Winter Park. It's MacLeod leading by a point on their home turf, and going hard is Justin White trying to get the clearance. He kicks it high and long up to half forward. Almost got a mark from his leading target. They still got a chance in the players got out the but a great defensive mark taken by Nannery, and he breaks away and runs and gives it to Close. Could be a 12-point play if they can get it down the other end. Close goes with the long ball up to Machevsky. It was a great one-on-one contest. Henkel getting the fist in there, but Machevsky ran after it and got his own ball back. He was tackled into the ground straight away as soon as he picked up the footy. And again holding the ball. It is holding the ball. Yeah. Long's got the footy now. He's got it between wing and half-back, left wing, and he moves it up, and it was a precise kick. It had to be precise, and it found Doherty. He switches out wide. Almost a hospital kick, but it got there in the end to his intended target. Almost played on was the player out there. I think that's Yarwood. Yes, it is Yarwood who's between wing and the centre of the ground. He goes for a big barrel up to half forward. Almost the mark taken off the back. Free kick. The umpires paid a free kick. It's going to go to West Preston, and Ali Fahua will clear the back 50.
So Fahua goes out to the wing and finds a man out there, taking the mark and playing on straight away, and finding his man in the middle of the ground there. Barker, the ball just bounced further towards the West Preston goal here. Plenty of players around for the Roosters. A little handball to McKenna over the top. Again, finds Belbassis. They're inside the forward 50 here. A big tackle. Handball out the back. Plenty of players here for West Preston. Snapshot at goal. It's gone out of bounds on the full.
Had to make a better decision. Yeah, he had a teammate running with him and a couple of blokes at the top of the square. Just went for the left foot check side from 30 metres out from the boundary on the run.
Bit of me time hasn't paid off, and I think at the moment that could have set the tone there for a West Preston victory, but MacLeod still holding on to a 1-point lead. Just a quick aside, boys, these two teams today playing for the Awareness Cup in support of Beyond Blue. As we get the ball back here, it is White doing a lot of work here. The man Scooter White hits up Brandt. Can't get his hands on it there. He just gets tunneled under the ball there by Fahua, and he did.
Fahua's not happy.
No, he's not. So the young man there, Reed Brandt, chips over the top to Painter. We haven't heard his name for a while after a big first quarter. Look at those baggy shorts come in, have a shot on goal in the Considine direction. Can't mark it there. On hands and knees down. He chucks up the It's touched on the line. And we're getting a bit of excitement here from the crowd inside. Geez, this is going to be a cracking finish.
We've been up and about a couple of times for no result. Hopefully we get one of these goals going through the middle at some stage.
Or hopefully we don't miss it like we missed Pat Martin's.
A kick into Shaw. He's standing at centre half back, finds a man out wide, and they're away here. West Preston, a little handball out to Vaccaro. Just has to corral his approach. That's McKenna, my apologies. McKenna finds a man in the centre of the ground. Bounces once in front of Belbassis. A handball off now, they're running through the midfield. A little kick out wide finds Ramekis.
Stevens is on.
Ramekis has Stevens out wide, but he goes further into the pocket. A mark out the back is much needed. McInerney takes it. Plays off straight away. McInerney running in on goal. Squeezes it home. And West Preston Lakeside get a goal back.
McInerney's got 3.
And they now have a 5-point lead here in the final term. And what a great bit of play there from West Preston.
Wasn't that a beautiful kick from Jacob Ramekers? Just coming off the wing there. We thought he'd go to Stevens, who was the loose option in the pocket, but he thought he could use his foot skills better and spot out the man, deep McInerney, and he ran right to the perfect spot, McInerney, and he was able to pick him out with a beautiful kick, Jacob Ramekers, and set up yet another goal there for West Preston. And I'll tell you what, it's West Preston back in front, 4-point ball game, midway through the last quarter, tight finish coming up.
Jurgens taps it down, but Scooter White gets it first, and the clearance inside the forward 50 here. Good out the back, taken in the defence there. I think that was McKenna, who gets a big kick out wide and finds a man out there in Barker. Barker just takes the mark and slows it down. Little chip over the top to Belbassis. He's had a big second half here, Belbassis. Standing in front of Painter. Little chip again over the top, and he finds his man in Perfetto out on the left forward flank. So West Preston just slowing it down, finds a man in the centre. Crowley takes the mark. He's at centre half forward, just a bit further out from centre half forward, standing in the centre square. A kick out to the forward 50. A good mark taken in front there from Kidd. Handball over the top now and they're away. Scooter White's on for the handball, but they decide not to go to him. Considine out on the left forward flank. Takes the mark. Good mark.
Great.
And he goes to the kick. His kick was smothered. His kick was smothered by McKenna. And a big wrap up in the tackle there on the McLeod player. Can't see who that was at the bottom of the pack. Ball up. It wasn't Hal Call. A ball up.
Great effort by Luke McKenna. He got out-marked there by Considine, but he was very aware to know that Considine was going to move the ball straight away and got the smother there and then held it up and created a stoppage.
Game-changing moments Smothers can be at times there, and Cahal Coy is getting a free kick against him. I can't see who the West Preston player on the bottom there is, but he doesn't look like it. Oh no, he's getting up here. I think it might be Machevsky.
Very slowly there.
Very slowly. Sorry, it is Alex Gleeson there. So little bit of head-high contact there from Corso. Gleeson goes in board, finds for Hall. Slowing it down a bit here, assesses his options, got McInerney, couldn't get his hands on it there. Mopping up for McLeod was Leggett, and Curvis being wrapped up there by about 4 West Preston players, and we're going to get a throw-in right on the arc there, right within scoring distance for the Roosters.
Right on the muddy patch at centre half forward here for West Preston Lakeside. The ball's thrown up high. Jurgens and Sayers doing the ruck work there. Scooter White didn't get a hand to it. West Preston go back inside the forward 50 here. A mark would be ideal for the Roosters. Out the back there, Perfetto couldn't take it, and they'll run away with it here, McLeod. A kick out of the defensive 50, and there's someone taking the mark there just on the corner of the centre square. Adams, he takes it and goes for the kick inside the centre of the ground. Finds Painter. Painter gets around his opponent. A good little side step there, takes the bounce. Rightful kick inside the forward 50 here. Goes all the way. At the back. And bang! Wilding kicks the goal. Got it. Wilding kicks the goal for McLeod, and they are back in front here. And what a game we have. It's a 2-point ball game, 11-9-75, 11-7-73, Tom Flanagan.
And it all started with a magnificent defensive effort there from Brad Leggett at fullback. He was magnificent, ran it up in a perfect exit kick to David Adams, who was able to get the ball in transition over to Painter, and then they were able to finish it off with some brilliant work there in the front half. But all started with Leggett at the back.
His teammates certainly let him know about that. I just had a glance around and they were all looking and pointing at him after that goal was kicked. So great stuff there from McLeod, and they get back to a 2-point lead.
So Long and Jurgens in the centre to do the ruck work. Jurgens gets the tap down, but McLeod come away with it here. Scooter White around the back of the centre circle. Goes inside the 450. Diving mark, dropped at the last second there. West Preston will get it back. A clearance out there, smothered. It's still inside the McLeod 450. Picked up off the ground. Painter on the run. He can have a shot at goal. Handball over the top. Two in the direction of Wilding. Wilding has to wait for it to pop up. He's wrapped up in the tackle. A handball out wide. They're going back to go forward here. A kick out to Woodhams at left half forward, and he's on the 50-metre arc, and he's going to have a shot at goal.
Well within range, Adam Woodhams got a big raking right foot kick, and the wild thing, Brett Wilding, nearly just stood up and became the money man there. So here comes Woodhams, I should say, runs round, kicks right to the top of the square, looking for a high flyer. About 6 go up. Ball comes to ground. West Preston have got it out here. I think that was the number 4 in Dobby. Clearing handball there, goes out to Belbassis. He goes out wide again. Is this Dobby again, or it might even be McKenna? It's McKenna. Kicks down the line. Is it going to fall into the arms of Hinkle? Here it does. Bounce sits up for him. Great smother there by Stevens. West Preston now attacking the ball in the centre. Coming through was Core. Throws it on his boot. He's got Wilding on the run there. He gets edged out of the way, and great defensive pressure there by West Preston. The ball's still active here. And sorry, boys, just losing my breath. You might have to jump in.
Inside the forward 50 from McLeod here. It's wrapped up in a big pack of players there, and we'll have a stoppage and a bit of a break in play here, but the umpire's going to throw it up quickly. Just waiting for the players to get back in position here. It is Sayers, is Adams actually.
Off the back.
At the back.
No.
And West Preston are going to come away with it here. Fahua has to run onto it.
Great
Does well. Gets past Doherty. Fahua kicks up the wing. A wobbly old kick up to Martin and Dufficy on the outer side. Dufficy trying to get the ball back, but well done from Martin. Just held off his opponent and the ball goes out of bounds.
It's been a great duel all day, that one, Dufficy and Martin.
That was a good negative gain for West Preston too, because had the ball, had Dufficy gone to ground there, MacLeod were back on, so well done to the Roosters.
So the ruck contest on the outer side of the ground, that one down by Sayers, picked up at ground level, not quite, but Jurgens was able to get to it for West Preston. Handball out to, I think it's Dobby, and he goes with a high ball inside forward 50, over the back, chance for McInerney if he can get a handball out. Oh no, Heaney, he was wrapped up by his MacLeod opponent, and then a quick exit, and they're away through the middle of the ground here, the Kangas. They're just slowing it down on in the middle of the ground. Handball out to Story. Oh boy,
bad luck.
Play went down off the play, slipped over Stevens, and here's Story. He's taken 3 running bounces. He's still going, Story. Kick the goal of the year. It's going to fade out to the right. It would have been one of the goals of the season. Took about 4 or 5 running bounces and couldn't quite squeeze it through, but it was a great effort. One behind, and score still close.
That was reminiscent of Buddy Franklin against Essendon when he ran over the boundary line. Just didn't have the accuracy on the final kick there. Playing out of defence now, West Preston, a kick out of the fullback position up to half-back. Ball off hands here, but Fahua gets it back on the outer side, sends a kick up to the half-forward flank. Just taking the mark there on the outer side, and West Preston go back.
There's that smother.
A great smother on the outer side, and we'll have another ball up. Half-forward flank this time for West Preston Lakeside. Just a few metres away from the scoreboard.
Might see if I can get a couple of Division 1 around the grounds. Eltham 8-13-61, Northcote Park 11-9-75, Lower Plenty 14-9-93, leading Greensborough 10-14-74, 20 points margin there, 10-9-69 Montmorency, Heidelberg 6-13-49, and Bundoora a 41-point lead over the Pingers there.
So the Kangaroos lead by 3 points, and we've got 15 and a half minutes gone here in this last quarter. It's going to be a really tight finish, as we said a couple of times. And the ball now, we have a ball up at half forward here. It's very intense at the moment. A lot of congestion around the footy.
3-point ball game here. Saints 76-73. MacLeod leading this one. The ball is inside the West Preston Lakeside forward half though.
You'll be sitting here next time anyway, buddy. You'll be sitting here next week.
Heidelberg 15-7, 97 leading Diamond Creek 9. Bit of a comeback. Creek 11-11, 77, more than 10-point lead. Division 3, just a 3. Man up! 3, leading top. Man up! 51. Reservoir 13-7, 95. Parkside 7-9, 51. And Heidelberg Western let that lead go. 9-69. St Mary's 12-17, 89. That play coming off the ground there. It wasn't the Kenner. Tommy Flannigan going to take it away. 9-point ball game. Moving up the wing now. West Preston. Almost had the 6 of that mark there. Now going harder. Shane variety. Puts it out of bounds. Right in front of the scoreboard. And there'll be a throw in. So a throw in on the outer side. It is a 9-point ball game, 82-73 in favour of MacLeod here, but still enough time for West Preston to get 1 or 2 back and title up again. Big punch there from Sayers, punches it out wide. Long couldn't get a hand to it. Ball dribbles back there to Belfast, the handler, the Stoikos. Stoikos will take it. Story crashed in hard to that one. West Preston are away though, inside the 450. Just about in front of the man. Intended target there, and they wheel around. That was Ramekers going inside the 450. Hacking it down over his head. Goes out of bounds for a bounce. He's throwing the third result there. Throwing here right inside the pocket. Right through this last quarter, we've got 19 minutes, 40 seconds here in the final term. And one tough down by Jurgens. Chance for Lachevsky. It's a beauty from they're going to convert here the umpires. I'm sure it's going to be a goal. It's a goal for West Preston, and it's back. It's a tight margin once again. It's going to be a 3-point ball game, and there's not much. You now, Dave! You now! Still plenty of time here for the team to get the lead. They've got 5 minutes left. Give up the goal scored and the play being carted off. And I said they needed a goal pretty soon, and Julian Lachevsky must have heard me straight out of that stoppage. He was clever to get the ball as fast towards goals as possible. Ball back in the middle there, Sayers and Jurgens, neither one getting the attack on the ball. Everybody in there, runs up and tackles one close. Still in the centre of the ground, it's Sayers to do the right work. Against Jurgens. Jurgens up the big punch towards centre half forward. Ramekers can't get onto it here for Fetto off the ground. He is wrapped up in a tackle as well, gets the handball off. Lachevsky's in there. But at the moment, that was really well done. And a booming kick out of the wing from the defender there. Get to a race. MacLeod have the numbers. Kahal Call goes to the kick to centre half forward. Oh, over the shoulder! Right there. And one of the top of the Considine. Considine goes to the road to play. He's lying on the ground, he's in trouble. And that is nearly in the identical spot where the West Preston player went off about 5 minutes ago. That is all wide, so important. He's holding, maybe it's just, hopefully it's just a terrible talk. Yeah, and hopefully I'll get right! Such a vital goal as well to extend the margin beyond the goal inside the last couple of minutes here. It's going to make it really hard for the Roosters. Ball up again in the centre of the ground. Long doing the right work, and West Preston are going to clear it here. Going inside the forward 50. What an even. What a mark! Diving, tumbling mark taken in the forward line, and West Preston now are going to have a shot at goal with the Ramekers. Hasn't he been fantastic in the second half? Been great. 45-degree angle. We got a beautiful view of this.
Terry, can we leave that on?
Yes.
Why?
Kick from about 30 metres out. Bring it back. Ball game once again. They need it, the Roosters. Ramekers, it's on its way. It's swinging to the left.
Because I've just flattened the car battery.
A crucial goal. They need one very soon. The game's going to get away. So it's 43 minutes gone here. MacLeod with possession.
sitting in the comfortable hands of White. He's doing a bit of waving and directing as he goes long, right down the centre of the ball, looking for the skipper short.
I'm sorry, hold it up.
Very smart mark there. Plays on. This is what you boys were talking about. It can nearly be a free kick goal. He's not wilding. No, he hasn't. Front and centre there from McLeod. Doherty couldn't get his hands on it. West Preston here driving it back down the centre. It is Nankervis and Stevens over the back. There's the man we were just talking about. White, player of the day, potential. West Preston here with Dobby. He kicks it out wide, looking in the McInerney direction. Over the back.
Go Yardy! Go Yardy! Go Yardy!
Down the line to the Brett Wilding and mark there by McKenna.
Get him, he's gone! He's gone! He's gone! He's gone! All right, Michael. Go again, well done.
You get a chance! Rotate!
Into the middle of the ground. And now West Preston with the opportunity to pick it up off the deck with Mel Barsis. He goes for the left foot ball.
He's off!
Turns and goes straight away. Here's a little handball. They've got numbers out the back here. West Preston not coming up here. Chip over the top. It's going to be straight through the middle. Straight through the middle. And West Preston back out of the margin again. It's gone for goal here in the last quarter. And I'll tell you what, there's only going to be a couple of minutes left here. Grandstand finish, but I'm saying it's 3/4 time. And it's certainly eventually
Hey fellas, could you turn my radio back on in the car? I just turned out, time's out.
But in the end, the goal is scored, and it's now a 2-point ball game, 88 plays 86. Machevsky there that got that one. Ball in the centre of the ground. West Preston Lakeside in the centre. White gets in there and extracts away.
Ready!
Get it ready!
Takes out the right foot kick inside the 450. 2-on-1 contest. The two don't win. McLeod got on the outside 450 here. Oh, it's out. It's gone out. Just gets it in. 25.5. 2. I cannot wait to see who comes out the eventual winner of this competition. Fantastic football quarters. Throwing themselves in, looking for this potential chance to get into the top 4. Now here's Paul, through from the outside. Chance here for West Preston. They can reload inside. Little chip ball. Taken about 20 metres out. It's our man, Dufacy, and he's been fantastic. He's got 2 goals, 1 out on the full earlier in the day. And this would put West Preston in front very late in the day. What a massive kick it is for this man. It's 88-86. Dufacy on a 45-degree angle. He's kicked 2 goals so far today. Left foot kick on the way. Leading by 4 points, and there's not one left in the final term. It's gone goal for goal right throughout the day. Dufacy kicks his third, 92 plays, 88.
In the centre of the ground here, it is Long and Jurgens. Once again, these two battlers in the ruck contest. Neither one gets a clear tap onto it. White was that in the back. Umpire says play on. Going inside forward 50 for West Preston Lakeside. In fact, just bounces out and it goes towards the boundary line. A throw in on the near side forward flank for West Preston.
This is just about the game here. They've got to get it up the other end.
Yeah.
They've got to get it up there fast.
I'm calling it now, boys. This is the best game we've seen all season by a long, long way. Ball is going to be thrown in here on the half forward flank. West Preston Lakeside just in front of the on their attacking side of the third man up. A big punch forward. Fafetto's going to cut it off though for the Roosters. Players diving in. Look at these soldiers going for the hammer. Adams has gone into the forward 50 here. McLeod, 2-on-2 contest. Who can win it here? McKenna's getting down there as well. Well done. And he clears up towards the wing. And West Preston Lakeside evade danger. And it's going to be a boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position, centre wing.
It is.
That was vital.
There's very, very fatigued players out there. I think it's just going to be who's got that last little
inch of life in them to take out this game. Ball's thrown back right in front of us. Here it is, Long and Jurgens. Third man up was Shaw, and a free kick has gone away of Long.
One last
Put
one.
himself up for a nomination for Narellan Pools Player of the Day. He goes for Adams, and there it is.
It's gone. And West Preston Lakeside get home in a thrilling game, 14-8-92 to MacLeod 13-10-88. All the MacLeod players are hunched over. What a great game we have seen. What a fantastic match. I'm lost for words, guys. That was fantastic.
You have to say that is a magnificent effort by the Roosters. MacLeod were all over them in the early parts of the first quarter and early parts of the second quarter, but they've just kept plugging away, keep cutting back at that lead throughout the day, the Roosters, and eventually they've ended up with a fantastic win and a memorable win, and one that we'll look back on as one of the best games that we've called.
We're going to head to a break very quickly, but before we do, Tommy Flanagan, take us through the goal scorers once again.
Goal scorers for the winners, West Preston Lakeside. James McInerney, 3. Oliver Duffici, who's been absolutely fantastic throughout the day. He had the 6 scoring shots, managed 3 from those, and then 2 to Gleeson and singles to Crowley, Ramakas, Macheski, Close and Travis Stevens for the winners. And for MacLeod, very unlucky today. They put in a valiant performance for 4 quarters, but 2 for Chris Long, 2 for Matty Power, 2 for Lockie Considine, and singles to Shaw, Anthony Doherty, Paddy Martin, Reed Brandt, the youngster who was fantastic. Yarwood had 1, Painter had 1, and Wilding.
Lee Moulden, take us through the around the ground scores from this afternoon.
At Eltham Central Park, it is Northcote Park 13-12-90 leading Eltham 10-14-74. Lower Plenty in what could be a big upset of the round there, 14-11-95 leading Greensborough 11-13-79. Heidelberg 7-13-55. Trailing Montmorency 13-11-89, and Bundoora have cracked the ton 16-17-113, Epping 8-10-58. We'll just quickly get the other games before we go to a break. Laylaw 3-8-26, Fitzroy Stars 21-8-134. South Morang 9-7-61, Mernda 19-15, 129, North Heidelberg 17-8, 110. Diamond Creek came back a little, still a large margin though. They are 10 goals,